And now the news in detail. The federal government has commended the leadership of the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, for the remarkable strides of the agency that has earned a remarkable international reputation for Nigeria and placed the telecoms regulator at the forefront of the country's quest for national economic growth. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy, Dr. William Alo, stated this recently while receiving the management team of NCC, led by the Executive Vice Chairman of the Commission, Professor Umar Garu Batambata, who briefed him on the status of the industry after his recent appointment to the ministry. In his words, quote, "So far, the country and beyond is fully aware of the strategic importance of the NCC as a regulating institution of the telecommunications industry in Nigeria. And of course, we are aware today that between oil and communications, the latter is gradually taking over in the provision of revenue for the country as Nigeria strives to diversify its economy," end of quote. He requested the leadership of the Commission to continue the good work and also strive to bridge the infrastructural gap that may create a gap between the served and underserved communities in the country. He noted that access gap clusters in the country have been reduced from 217 to 114 to enable 15 million Nigerians to have access to telecommunications services and increase fiber optics deployments from 47,000 kilometers to 54,725 kilometers. The Senate Public Accounts Committee has given a 48-hour ultimatum to the Nigerian Maritime and Safety Agency, NIMASA, to show a document involving the payment of $5 million in legal service fees not rendered. The panel had invited the management of NIMASA to explain why the $5 million was paid for services not rendered. At the resumption of the committee meeting on the issue on Tuesday, the representative of NIMASA, Olamide Olusoya, told the panel that the matter was in court. But the committee rejected the submission and asked the agency to present information at its disposal on the payment of legal fees to the law firm. The official of the NIMASA told the lawmakers that the agency was directed by the then Attorney General of the Federation to pay $5 million for the legal fees. The chairman of the committee, however, asked the representative of NIMASA to present any letter mandating it to pay $5 million. Responding to whether the presidency directed the agency to pay the legal fees, the representative of NIMASA's managing director said there was no such letter, adding that they only had a letter from the Senior Special Assistant to President on Administration authorizing the payment. The chairman therefore ordered the agency to present documents relating to the payment by Thursday this week before the committee would take a final decision on the matter. The Nigeria Employers Consultative Association has said that Nigeria's economy currently hangs on the precipice and will require a holistic approach to put it back on course. The Director General of NECA, Mr. Wale Oyeride, noted that the economy was plagued by various challenges. In his words, quote, "With a dire combination of spiraling inflation, rising energy costs, scarcity of forex, dwindling value of the naira, and almost comatose aviation sector, stuttering education system, rising debt, depleted foreign reserve, and rising fuel subsidy expenses, among others, which threatens to lay bare the country's economy, there is no better time for the government to reappraise current economic policies and deepen its engagement with the organized private sector." End of quote. According to Yerinde, a dangerous blend of self-destructive tendencies, insecurity, and fiscal and monetary policy inconsistencies have also conspired to make the situation worse. He said that while some stakeholders had canvassed that the revenue to GDP ratio of the country was healthy, the recent announcement by the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning that the revenue to debt service ratio was in the negative called for urgent concern. The recent depreciation of the naira on the parallel foreign exchange market has remained a source of concern to a lot of Nigerians. Analysts have averred that the Central Bank of Nigeria needs to address the challenge of multiple exchange rate windows in order to improve the inflow of foreign investments and diaspora remittances. Analyst Steve Okafor shared his views on Business Breakfast earlier in the day.
The multiple exchange rate has actually not helped. It has not helped Nigeria at all. The wide gap between the official exchange rate and the black market rate has made it seriously difficult for genuine importers not able to access the foreign exchange at official rate. The official exchange rate at, let's put it at 430, okay, ordinarily would have been good if the manufacturers are even able to access and get the dollar at that rate. If they are able to do that and import and then back on their imports and, are able to import their raw materials, yes, it's good. But unfortunately, they are not able to access the official rate. They are not able to access the dollars at the official rate. And if they are not able to access the dollars at the official rate, what options do they have? They go to the black market. And if they get to the black market, look at the range between the official rate and the black market. Now, we also want to ask ourselves, who are those getting the dollar at the official rate? As long as CBN, for example, those that get the official exchange rate, does CBN even go ahead to do what they call audits? Find out at the end of the day, you have given a company or an importer, have they used that allocation for what it is meant for? We are just creating billionaires from their homes without doing anything. People get to CBN, get allocation at official rate, come to the black market and sell it. People that are not supposed to have access to the foreign exchange, the CBN needs to go a step further. They need to go a step further. Audit the allocation of this forex to the beneficiaries. At the end of every quarter, those that you have released this forex to, have they used it for what you released it to them for? Is it difficult for CBN to do? For those that did not use, every quarter, they do that audit every quarter. Those that did not use the foreign exchange for what they applied for, they've applied it for, or what they applied for it, what they got the allocation from CBN for, should be taken. It's economic sabotage. It's an economic sabotage. I cannot apply for $100 million, for example, and at the end of the quarter, I did not use it, and I did not return it to CBN.
Still on the Naira. At the peer-to-peer market, Naira fell to 681 Naira 84 kobo per dollar on Wednesday morning from 670 Naira 4 kobo per dollar recorded as of the same time on Tuesday, representing a 1.71% decline compared to the previous day. Similarly, on the black market, Naira depreciated to 675 Naira per dollar on Tuesday, closing with a 1.5% decline compared to 665 Naira to the dollar recorded in the previous trading session, as forex traders lament the scarcity of forex and sustained high demand. This is according to information obtained from black market forex traders. Nigeria's external reserves fell sharply below the $39 billion mark on Monday, 8th August 2022, dropping by 0.24% to stand at $38.95 billion from $39.05 billion recorded as of the previous day. This is largely due to the constant intervention by the CBN in investors and exporters window, also known as I&E window, to manage exchange rate volatility. Furthermore, an exchange rate of 444 Naira to the dollar was the highest rate recorded during intraday trading before it settled at 428 Naira 75 kobo to the dollar, while it traded as low as 417 Naira to the dollar during intraday trading. A total of $113.64 million in FX value exchanged hands on Tuesday, which is 1.75% lower than the $115.65 million that was traded in the previous trading session. Moving on now, the federal government budgeted about 874.83 billion naira for the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development from 2016 to 2021. Whereas the imports of agricultural goods into Nigeria during the same period were estimated at 7.81 trillion naira.